Good morning. We're in the office. I'm about to go speak to the new joiners. So every other Friday, we have a bunch of new people joining the company, walking through social media today, a few other pieces, how to get leads online, all that stuff. But in general, this is like a brand new vlog. I've tried this 1,000,001 times, and you start it for like 2 weeks and then you give it up. You start it for 2 weeks because it's a lot of effort. So we have someone behind the camera right now. I'm just gonna keep this thing rolling. I know social media requires a lot from us these days, right? It's like more and more and more. This is behind the scenes, this is real life. We're just gonna freaking go about it.
All right, next we have the pleasure of having Janae Buckley here. He's got the accent, he's got the looks, and he's got the followers.
Dude, I love your intros.
We're like it.
It's great. I love that intro from Mike. And Min before me is great because it gets the energy going. So let's do it. So yeah, first things first. My username on social media, if you haven't seen my page before, is @themortgagekitchen. I mainly make social media content on Instagram, and it's not a very creative name, right? I was in my kitchen, like Mike said, and I was making content, and I had to throw up a name for my page. And I was like, I want to have the name mortgage in it, at least, so people can search for it. And I was completely unimaginative, and I went mortgage kitchen, just threw it up, and now it's stuck. So I'm no longer making content in my kitchen. I'm making it here, I'm making it everywhere, but I'm still the mortgage kitchen. Quick kind of top line, 100 million plus impressions, 10,000 plus leads generated from social. Very grateful to be the #1 LO on social media as well right now. And I'm going to walk you through my strategy, and it's very straightforward. I'm a very methodic guy. I follow the same thing all the time, right? So I'm going to walk you through exactly how I do what I do on social. Hopefully you guys can apply it. So first things first, social media as a platform, right? Our goal is one of two things. We either want to generate leads, or we want to build relationships with referral partners who can give us leads. But the main thing is if we're making content on social, in order for it to do well, we need to have a large enough market size, right? So if you think about the amount of real estate agents and people who could refer you alone, that could be like 3 to 5 million maybe in the US. People who would want to buy a house, that stretches global, right? But obviously in the US, you've got, I don't know how many people in the US, lots more people, right? And the second piece here as well is it works with the idea of essentially social media in itself, and to put it very bluntly, is a lot like a nightclub, right? When you go into a nightclub, it's not the most inspiring atmosphere, right? I've been to plenty of them in my life. It's dark, it's a dingy room, but the way they make money isn't through people just coming in on the regular, guest list. It's through the tables. It's the same thing with social media, right? A nightclub will take a spot that's like this big, right? And they'll like put a red rope around it, and then they'll just put like a little booth in it, and they'll charge someone like $5,000 to sit there for 3 hours. And people pay for it, right? It's friggin' nuts. I haven't paid for it. I've sat at them before, and I've been like, wow, I feel really bad for the person who is paying for this, right? But the reality is people aren't paying for the seat, right, in the nightclub. They're paying for the access to the really gorgeous, beautiful ladies who would be interested to talk to them because they've got that cool seat that no one else has got. You're nuts, isn't it? And that's the same thing with social media, right? If a real estate agent knows that you're making content to home buyers and homeowners, and you've got some level of connection with someone that they could do business with, all of a sudden they go, wait a minute, this person isn't just a loan officer trying to take from me. This is someone who could have a reciprocal relationship with me. They might be able to give me a lead as much as I could give them one. If you can have at least 6 pieces of content, right? Write this down, 6 pieces of social media content that relates to educating home buyers and homeowners, and just leave that on your page, that will do wonders for your business. Absolute wonders. Because it will cement you as the knowledge leader to your clients without you having to articulate that as much on the phone. So when you make social media content, the first thing is you want to have yourself in that piece of content, right? Because you want to position yourself as the opinion leader, the knowledge leader, the expert, right? Our goal here is to actually hook their attention and to stop them and go, you know what? This was actually shown to you for a reason. And the goal at the end of the video is for someone to fully comprehend what you said. Because comprehension creates emotion. And the emotion that we want to have with every single piece of our content is, wow, that was really cool, wow. Because as soon as they say wow, they go, you know what, Sean's going to like that, Rob's going to like that, right? And they start sharing it, they start liking it, they start commenting on it. every single video that does well elicits emotion. So your emotion as an educator in the mortgage field is wow. Wow, that has to click. So when you deliver the value, in order for it to click with that wow moment, you have to do it sequentially. Step 1, step 2, step 3, right? Or A, B, C. You have to take them from start to finish. You have to take them from where they are, sitting in their pajamas on the sofa, right? Just casually browsing social media, to being like, okay, cool. I'm going to call my loan officer. I'm going to call, Rob tomorrow morning because I like what he said, and I'm actually going to move forward. You have to take them there. So in order to do it, you do it chronologically, and you walk through the steps. So you've delivered the value, step 1, step 2, step 3, A, B, C. You've taken them from start to finish. Boom. At the end, all you want to do, same thing as you would on a phone call, right? You're on the call. They like the terms. Everything's good. If you just hang up after that, nothing's going to happen. We need to get them to sign the initial disclosures. We need to order the appraisal. Same thing with closing an Instagram piece of content, right? At the end of every single piece of content, I always have either written on the screen or I'll verbally say it if it's contextual. Follow me for more tips. And then this last slide, this is lead generation on social media. This is lead gen 101, okay? So all of this content I just described to you is about building your brand. This is going to help you get attention. This is going to help you get views. It's going to help you potentially go viral, right? But it's not going to help you generate leads, okay? The reason being is because in order to generate a lead, you need to have a one-on-one conversation. The only way to generate leads consistently through social media, through trial and effort, is through Instagram stories or TikTok stories or whatever story you can do. And stories online last for 24 hours, and they're seen by your followers. So the goal is you make this type of content to get the followers up, get more people seeing your stories, and then when people see your stories, right, you can say something to get them interested in a product that we have at Westcap, and you can give them an easy way to respond to you, and that creates a two-way dialogue, and I'll show you here. It might play a video, I'm not sure.
I think I got it this time.
I'm so excited to share this. This is the first time I'm going to be talking about this, and I can guarantee this will not be the last. West Capital Lending, the company I'm a vice president for, we have just released something, right? It's a West Capital Lending digital HELOC. What this is it allows you, if you're a homeowner, to pull out up to $400,000 worth of equity out of your property. You can do that in as little as 5 days, and it's a 5-minute approval. Everything's done digitally. We are so excited to release this. If this makes sense to you, if you're interested in this, reply to this story with the word HELOC, and I'll send you some more information on it.
So with this story, right, this is the prime example of lead generation through social. Do something like this for any product we have, you will be able to generate leads, right? Guarantee it. This works really, really well. And I'll show you kind of how it worked on mine. So we had 337 accounts engaged, 218 responses with the word HELOC. And that turned into just over 40 figure apps from 15 seconds, right? Now, I'll tell you something which makes this even better, is that my audience is what you would say cold, okay? So I love them, but they don't know me enough to have that level of trust with me to want to necessarily just jump straight into it, right? They've seen my content, but they haven't met me in person. They haven't had experiences with me in life. They're all the way in a different state somewhere, right? What I will say for you guys is if you currently have an Instagram page or whatever it is you use on social, TikTok, whatever it is, you make these stories, right? What's going to happen here is a friend that you met at college 4 years ago is going to pop out of the woodwork and go, you know what? David, I had no idea that you did this. How does it work? Or a friend, your kid's friend's mum is going to reach out of the woodworks. You're going to have people who have some level of, already have some level of built-in trust with you who are going to reach out because they didn't realize that you do this. And like, oh yeah, I know that he does loans or she does loans, but damn, okay, yeah, this is cool. So what you guys will find is that proportionally, relatively, you will actually have a higher conversion rate than I did. I had to have 12,700 people do it to get 200 responses. You guys could have 100 people view it and you'll get 4 or 5 responses because they're already that much warmer, right? It's about the quality of your audience, not necessarily the size. I'll be hanging out on this floor, so if you have any questions, feel free to come through. And then if you need anything, you can email me anytime on social. I'm more than happy to chat. All right, appreciate it, guys. Thank you. just did a onboarding class, and on that class we walked through social, some tactics. I think ultimately it's more about understanding what works on social media to, one, get users the information that they need to be able to actually purchase a home or refinance through using a smart strategy like we would be able to do on the phone. And that takes the skill of understanding how the platform works, right, in order to be able to get the information across. So I walked through exactly how I'm doing it on short form. Long form, we're yet to figure that one out. So this is where this YouTube channel is coming in. We've got the podcast going on, which we quickly mentioned at the end of that onboarding session as well. And just loads of other things. But that was a fun session. Do that for about an hour on Fridays. And then right now, we're just jumping into my community right now, answering a few questions from people, things like that. And then after this, I'm going to have a Zoom call with Rocket Mortgage. And we're going to walk through a webinar that we're doing. So I'm doing a webinar teaching all the brokers that use Rocket Pro, which is the broker side of Rocket Mortgage, social media, and how to, again, do something similar to what I was teaching earlier today. Generate leads, close deals, and help more people. There's an excitement that comes with not having security. I think a safety net or some perceived safety lowers ambition for a lot of people. And if you can get into an industry whereby every paycheck you make relies on your hard work and relies on your input, then you increase the input to increase the output. Therefore, you have to work harder, you have to work smarter, you have to be more intelligent with every single move you make and figure out what is going to be the differentiator between you getting that deal versus someone else getting that deal. And usually it turns out to be you want it more. And the client can either feel like you're more competent or can feel like you'll put more effort into what they're doing to secure their position and give them a better experience and a better service. That's it. All right. Let's roll with it. Let's do it. Any question that you have, very fortunate to be constantly chatting on this topic. We actually just came out of the onboarding class. We were teaching social media here at Westcap. I'm pretty well versed on anything we can go around on the social topic. So as long as you keep the frame, and I'll go with it and give you some good answers.
Cool.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
All right.
Bye. Enjoy Super Bowl, gents. Bye.
Cheers. All right, that's a wrap. Oh, I sit in chairs so uncomfortably. I never sit normally. I'm either like this, or I'm like trying to sit up straight, but then I'm leaning on one side. See, when I was younger, when I first got into mortgage, one of the people I worked with had one of those ergonomic, I forgot the name of it. It's like a Swedish chair. And I was like, why would you spend thousands of dollars on a chair? And now I'm in my 30s, and I've kind of like worn my body down a little bit. You realize things like a good chair, a good set of headphones or whatever it is, anything that's quality that you're gonna use on a daily basis, priceless. All right, so just wrapped up in the office, gonna head to the gym right now. Usually I try to work out halfway through the day. It gives me a bit of a break. I mentioned it in my first vlog, but I was previously just doing it on my own. I now go to like a High Rocks gym, if anyone's heard of High Rocks, and they just kick my ass. I'm trying to stay fit, but I'm competing against other people who are really, really fit, so we'll see. But yeah, my lunchtime is not for taking it easy and eating nice food. It's actually just torture, but it's kind of fun at the same time. I'll take you with me. All right, so we're here at the High Rocks Performance Center in Orange County. I'm about to do a workout. I'm actually training for a High Rocks. I should be doing a High Rocks in like 2 weeks in Vegas, but I don't know if I'm ready yet. You're gonna come here and you're gonna see me absolutely work my ass off and probably get shown up by mostly everyone in there. But I think it's, for me, this is one of these workouts where it's not really about just going there and showing up. It's actually about pushing yourself. So I really do push it, and I'm very lucky to be around people who train here or who are absolute beasts. So I am just an apprentice, I am learning, but it's a really cool space. So very lucky to have this facility here in Orange County. We almost have everything in Orange County, it feels like. So we can train, we can push ourselves, and yeah, we'll take you with us. just finished the workout, heading back to the office. My takeaway from this is you have to put yourself through voluntary pain to avoid involuntary pain. That's pretty much it, right? That's the game of life. If you don't want to go through bad times, bring them on, and when you go through them, they don't feel as bad, right? That's the whole point. So it's pretty much a wrap for today's vlog. We'll be sharing more and more pieces, behind the scenes, things like that in some future episodes. So don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.